It is Thursday, the 19th of December, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. We're continuing Tally Hall week by talking about another song from their first album, Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum, and that song is Spring and a Storm. This has always been one of my favorite Tally Hall songs ever. After their second album and after their solo albums and everything, this will always be one of my favorites. We're going to talk about my absolute favorite at the end of the week, but today we're talking about this one. I love it a lot. It's a big fan favorite as well, I think. It's got a very particular atmosphere and feel to it that I really love. And also, of course, everything else about the lyrics and everything, but we'll get there. I don't think we need to give much of an intro because you know who Tally Hall are, so let's just go right into it. Listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And there it is, Spring and a Storm by Tally Hall. Love that song so much. I love the feel of it. I love the way it starts with like the thunder, with the thunderclap, and then the rain sounds, and then the ukulele comes in, you know, and then it just goes from there. And then it gets louder over the course of the song, but then it ends up with the quiet sounds at the end and the rain and the thunder and all that. I love that. I love the kind of parabolic shape of the music, you know. Anyway, what's the song about? It seems to be about kind of the cycle of nature and how, like, observing the hugeness of the earth and the universe and everything can make you feel really small and insignificant, but the song is like encouraging you of like, yes, you are small, but that does not mean you're insignificant. You're a significant part of this. You're part of what makes this whole thing work and makes it all go. You are a significant part of the universe, you know what I mean? And that's a great message because I love me a pale blue dot, but yeah, it's delivered in such a great way as well. So let's just go into the lyrics here, shall we? One time I tried to sing about spring and a storm, but you know how it goes. Blah, 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 all along. Won't you please stop complaining? I'm playing a song. But all the rain comes down the same, falling to from where it came, on the ground and back around up into the sky. So it kind of seems to set up at the start here. He's saying that it's hard to write a song about this subject because it's a difficult thing to get into words, into music. So he says, one time I tried to sing about spring and a storm, but you know how it goes. And then the blah, blah, blahs all along. He's telling us before he even starts that this song is impossible. But then it goes to, won't you please stop complaining? I'm playing a song. So then he's saying like, no, but I'm going to try it anyway. Just, be glad that you're getting some music. I like how someone annotated this with writing about movies is like dancing about architecture. Yeah, that's about right for this message. Anyway, but all the rain comes down the same, falling to from where it came. So that's the water cycle. That's how it works. On the ground and back around up into the sky. That's just how clouds work. It sucks up water from the ground and then it rains down. I wish you could have heard the music. When the clouds growled overhead, I finally felt enthusiastic. I finally felt alive. Blah, 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 blah. So you said, would it please you to listen to thunder instead? Man, the rain came down that day and it drained my soul away, and I wondered why I even bothered to try. I love this bit so much. At the start, the drums and everything sound like they're behind like a filter. And then when the second verse starts, everything comes in full force. And I love that. And so I wish you could have heard the music when the clouds growled overhead. I finally felt enthusiastic. I finally felt alive. So it's kind of like he's saying, this song doesn't accurately capture spring and a storm because the event is like music in and of itself. And I wish you could have heard that instead of listening to me tell you, right? Blah, 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 blah. So you said, would it please you to listen to thunder instead? I love that line so much. Would it please you to listen to thunder instead? I wrote that on the back of one of my copybooks in school, I believe, in primary school. Anyway, yeah, so it's saying like, would it please you to listen to thunder instead? Is this person responding like, I prefer the music. Would you really like to listen to thunder instead? I enjoyed that. It's great. Man, the rain came down that day and it drained my soul away, and I wondered why I even bothered to try. So looping back to the first chorus when it explains the water cycle, here it's saying, well, the rain came down and drained my soul away, and I wondered why I even bothered to try. So talking about it affecting him, And then you get the bridge, and I love the bridge so much. So on Genius, it says that Rob and Zubin do the voices of the children. But on the Tally Hall wiki, it mentions that Rob and Zubin do their voices during live performances. On the album, it very clearly sounds like actual children. So I would assume that it is. And according to one person on Genius, they're credited on Discogs as Roberta Tam and Taylor Jansen. So there you go. Some children do the voices here. Anyway, I love this bridge. It's this conversation between these children and the moon, Moon, of course, being Joe Hawley with his voice pitched down. I didn't mention it. This song is a Joe Hawley song. He's the one singing it. He's the one who wrote it. And the conversation goes thusly. Mr. Moon, yeah, tell us about the sky. The sky is deep and dark and eternally high. Many people think that's where you go when you die. Do you? Well, I think you return to obscure, or wherever you were before you were, but I won't let you lose yourself in the rain. We have so much left to sing. There's a storm for every spring. All you see and you and me became from a star. You're a star, 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 you're a star. So, let's talk about this. This bridge is one of my favorite moments in music ever. I love it so much. Fitting with the whole feel of the song. It feels stormy, but in a really calm way, because the song has the storm sounds throughout and lyrics about it, but it feels like it's outside and you're inside in the warmth, you know? And this conversation between the moon and the children really feels warm to me, you know? So kids say Mr. Moon, and they're talking to the moon. Tell us about the sky. And the moon says, the sky is deep and dark and eternally high. Many people think that's where you go when you die. So he's talking about like the deep vastness of space that he lives in, because he's the moon. And then mentions that, you know, a lot of afterlife myths like heaven are supposedly in the sky, right? And then they ask if he believes that, and he says, well, I think you return to obscure, or wherever you were before you were. So I think the moon is saying, like, I don't know if I necessarily believe in the afterlife. I think you either fade into obscurity or you return to wherever you were before you were, like living on earth is like an interstitial period or something. But I won't let you lose yourself in the rain. So here he's reassuring them, I won't let you have to confront that sort of thing. And so he's like kind of vowing to protect them, but I mean also he's the moon, so he's literally guiding them through darkness, you know. And then we get the final chorus. We have so much left to sing. There's a storm for every spring. I love that little rhyme. It's about hope here, you know. I won't let you lose yourself in the rain. And then we have so much left to sing. He's saying there's so much more to do. There's so much life to be had, you know. Seize the carp. All you see and you and me became from a star. This is something I've talked about a lot in my poetry. I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but the idea that the atoms that we're made of come from stardust. And then he repeats, you're a star, which is very meaningful coming from the moon, I think. So then the last bit of the song, the outro, it repeats that you're a star, ding, 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 ding. And then a voice starts repeating, silent explosive and silent explosive and silent explosive and silent explosive. Some people have figured that might be related to dying stars or supernova stars, you know? And then you get these lyrics. Create until nothing is left to create and the universe bursts with an overworked sigh, and pretend to recrown the creation and sing the same thing till the clouds start to cry, and then over and over and over again, and then over and over and never again. So create until nothing is left to create and the universe bursts with an overworked sigh is a great call to action for creativity. I love that. Pretend to recrown the creation and sing the same thing till the clouds start to cry. I don't know what this is saying. Some people in Genius are saying it's about God creating the universe, but I don't really understand it. But sing the same thing till the clouds start to cry, I mean, that's tying back into writing a song about spring and the storm and the water cycle and everything. And then just the over and over and over again and over and over and never again. And I love how it changes to the quiet. It gets like over and never again. I love that so much. I love dynamic things like that. You know this. You've listened to the show before. Yeah, I love this song so much. I love the message of it. I love the sound of it. I love everything about it. And that's pretty much going to be it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
The cycle of nature, the circle of life. Rain down, come on, rain down on me. From a great height, from a great height. Am I going to give that whole thing in the outtakes? I sang that for way too long, got distracted. Anyway,